Welcome to the podcast, the Shame episode.
Thanks for having us.
It's an all-Irish affair. We're all sweating. We're here with Sean Mulholland. How's it going, buddy?
Good now. Good. Thanks for having me.
Do you ever like not say something?
I'm a bit nervous going into this now with you.
And Owen, bewildered Owen.
Still here.
So yeah, we just get people on talking about shame. This is an intervention.
I was wondering because you wouldn't tell me what you were going to talk about or ask me before, so I'm a bit nervous now.
The thing is, I never know. We just come on and start talking.
It's the perfect
Go on and booze.
St. Patrick's Day podcast.
Oh yeah,
The day
true.
after. It couldn't be further from St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
Very Irish fellas drinking.
yeah. I'm still feeling St. Patrick's Day, but
Oh yeah, that was Wednesday. Jesus Christ. I met Molly Owen's 40 Love, which was like a bar in West Hollywood. And he's like, come on in for one. I can't remember leaving. Can you?
I have no idea, man. I have no idea.
Me and Jackson were like, what time? We were like, no clue.
Yeah, you were like, I'll be in 45 minutes, and then I've no idea. I've no record. That's probably the last thing I remember.
And that was still bright.
Yeah.
It was bright. Oh yeah, did you start boozing at 11?
Oh, it's something like that.
Really?
I'm afraid to show my face to the staff now.
Did you start it there since 11?
No. I was at home and then I went straight there at about 3.
Already
Boozed up, yeah. Already boozed.
Jeez, I got the vaccine. I didn't think I was going to make it. I actually
To the pub or in life?
in both because I was like, I got the vaccine Tuesday morning at say 10:30, and I thought I was fine after it. It was funny enough. Like I went to see the cyanide, and you just sit in your car, and a woman came up and she was just like rubbing my arm, and she was like a really lovely nurse.
Oh, I thought the nurse came up after that. Someone else was rubbing your arm.
She came up and she was just like. She was so nice that I was like, I think I'm falling in love with you. She was so
I fell asleep in the car in mine. I went to the Dodger Stadium in that mass vaccination center.
Yeah.
And I, because you're waiting in there for an hour or so, and I was like, grand, I'll have a nap. And then I was literally, the car behind me, because you drive up in sections, the car behind me was honking the horn at me, so I had to, that woke me up pretty fast.
It'd be hilarious if you were like, I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
But she was rubbing it and she goes, she was just really nice. And then I was like, I'll never forget you.
Jesus.
She didn't hear me with the mask on. She's like, huh? And I was like, okay.
Oh, you said that.
Drove away. But then I drove home and I thought I was fine. I was like, I beat it. We won. We did it, Ireland.
Did she write her number on the vaccination card?
I was like, should I sell the plaster that they stuck on my arm? It's monumental plaster. And then I was like, that was say 11 maybe like noon I got home. By 2 I was in bed. Just knocked out. And then I woke up at 5 and I was like, I could feel the cold sweats kicking in. And I was like, I just got to pretend it's not happening. I should go for a hike. Just ignore it. Thank God I didn't go for a hike. Because then I started shivering and shaking. And I couldn't stop shivering and shaking for 24 hours.
Mine was just the arm. I just had a dead arm.
Was it just one jab?
One jab, yeah.
So you're fully vaccinated?
No, I'm half vaccinated.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess.
It's the second one that's meant to...
So I have my next one next week. The second one, that's the
bad one, yeah. I just got the one and done,
Johnson,
yeah. But I mean, like, I thought I was dying for 24 hours.
Yeah.
I full on was like... goosed. I mean, like the worst I've ever felt. I thought it was death. I was just rolling around.
But you made it to the pub anyway, which is great. In fairness, your face was like a ghost.
Oh yeah,
There's not much to stop to come between Mark and the pub. Like.
Well, I woke up the next morning. I mean, the worst time of my life. I was shaking. I was in bed wearing socks, tracksuit, hoodie, sweater, 4 blankets, and I was just freezing. The heat was pumping. That was giving me a headache. It was a nightmare.
Fuck that.
And then I woke up the Paddy's Day, and I was still sweating like a whore. And you sent me that picture. He sent me a picture of him like kitted out in the green and a hat.
I knew that because you were like, oh, I'm dying. I don't know if I'll make it. Like, I was like, I'll know I'll get him up. And I sent him a selfie. And, right, I'll be there in 45 minutes.
It worked a treat. And I was in.
I nearly went. I live too far away. It's a nightmare.
Oh, yeah, that's yeah. But she's. I would like. I remember I said a prayer.
bad.
I was dying so much.
Fuck off.
I was that goose. I was like, please don't let me die. Because I didn't know what to do. It was brutal. Just shivering and sweating. I couldn't stop rolling. That was the weirdest feeling. I was getting these aches in my legs. And I was like, if you asked to chop off my leg, I'd take it.
This podcast is going to get a warning.
Oh, yeah, COVID warning.
COVID warning.
Yeah.
Mark
But yeah,
hasn't
then
got
we
a
beat
fucking
it.
clue what he's talking about.
Yeah, but then the worst part of all of it was people asking me questions because I posted by mistakes and I got the vaccine.
That, yeah.
And just like everyone, what did you get? Which one did you get? Was it sore? Where did you get it? How did you get it? Who did it for you? And then I was just in bed like going. My body was just shaking like that. I was
Convulsing.
like, yeah, I was wondering if like, do you know when they're saying you're coming off heroin and stuff, and you're
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder if that's what that
Withdrawals.
feels like. Oh yeah, it was brutal.
Jesus.
Someone told me that means I have a good immune system.
You're making it sound very appealing to the masses.
Oh yeah, you should definitely get it. I felt bad then. Do you know the way I feel bad? My mom would ask me a question, and I've already answered like 20 times, as if like
Oh, I know all about that, yeah.
as if though she should know the answer.
I'm like that.
It's so I feel so bad.
I could just see your frustration as each post went on.
I don't know why, but people be like, and then some guy just keeps messaging me, and it tipped me over the edge. He just keeps messaging me. Do you ever get kicked in the nuts?
That's all he messages you.
Yeah, and then he unsends it, and then he does it again. It goes to my other folder. Every week he sends it, and I'm just like, why? Can he stop asking me questions?
Why don't you answer him?
Because if you encourage them, they just won't stop.
I know you've talked about him.
When did you get kicked in the nuts? Who did it? I remember though, I like at one point I was chatting to a girl and I was like, yeah, thank God I didn't go for a hike, and she was just like, where are we going to go hiking? Runyon? I said, no, it's 3 people. It's a different one. And she was like, where's that? And she asked me that before. And I always went to Google it.
Did you say that to her?
And then my mum asked me a question too, and I said, Mom, there's too many questions. And then she obviously felt very bad back in Ireland. She's like, I'm just concerned for America. And then I felt worse. So I was like,
Oh, that's funny.
this is the worst though. Like, you must get that if your fucking parents are asking you stuff and you're just like, you should know the answer.
Yeah, no, it's literally like, it's that and coronavirus. It's like I called my mum, and she'd just talk about the state of the coronavirus in Ireland for 2 hours straight.
Did you phone home often?
Oh, you take WhatsApp.
Oh yeah,
I called my sister, alright, because she got a little niece, like a video call or whatever, but WhatsApp him. The hour difference is mad. The 8 hours or whatever it is mad. You know,
Yeah.
the fucking daylight savings doesn't change at the same time in Ireland.
No, it doesn't. No.
So
really?
sometimes we're 8 hours ahead, and sometimes we're 7
7,
hours ahead.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's mad.
Did you phone home often?
Yeah, I phone on home quite a bit actually.
More responsible than me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get up early anyway, so you have that hour. yeah. Not on Thursday morning, but every other day.
What time did you get up?
On Thursday?
No, in general.
Oh, like 6, 7.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
Just I don't know. My body clock this way. Why are you so shocked? A bar owner all getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's weird. I thought you'd be late all the time.
No, because I'm always like, if I'm not at the restaurant, I'm always like absolutely wrecked in the evening, and I'd be passed out by 9 p.m. Yeah.
That's what I've been up at 4:30 for the last week.
Really?
And fucking at 11 p.m. I'm dead.
Is that jet lag or?
I don't know what it is.
Jesus.
I don't know. I didn't have a night out in the middle where sometimes, you know, that happens if you have a night out where it goes long.
Oh yeah.
The whole thing is fucked, but that didn't even happen, so I don't know. I've been up at 4:30 now. Do you know what that looks like?
That's
Mad.
brutal.
It
I know
is.
what it looks like from the other end
It's a nightmare.
when you're staying up.
Yeah, it's not even that fun.
Yeah, jeez, that's brutal. He's the worst. He gives me some of the worst hangovers. Added
He
hangovers.
inflicts them on you.
Added hangover.
It's so bad because, like, you know the way I'll text him after a night out. I'll be like, "Did that happen?" Do you know the way your brain would play tricks with you?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't reply for 4 days.
Fear.
No, because literally, when I'm like pretty badly hungover, I hate texting, and I hate calling too. I hate them all. So like, cause I'm bathing in my own fear at that point too. And when the questions start flying in the next morning, you're just like, don't want. I'll deal with this tomorrow, and then you forget about it the next day. And he'll little I know that makes his fear even worse.
I just be like, "What did I say at Mother's house?" And then no reply. I'm like, jeez.
You said the worst thing possible.
Yeah. But it's
And it repeats itself after that.
It is cycle. It's a cycle.
Oh, so it was like one time a girl, she didn't reply. We were out boozing, and we came back to my place, and we were hammered. And I think she came back for some,
Some traditional Irish music.
some tradition. I like the way 3 Irish guys would be like, when it comes to say no more.
The unsaid. We've self-censored ourselves.
Yeah, that was good. She came back for some traditional Irish music.
Have you heard of a slip jig?
So she goes, I was like, yeah, there's booze in the kitchen. But I was hammered, and I was like, I'll be right back. I went into bed and just passed out. I just left her out in the kitchen. So obviously she just went home. She went home. But I woke up the next day with the fear of God.
How could you just leave her in there?
I was just like, I'm so tired, I need to go. I was at that point where like my body's good, it'll just go to bed. Instead of going too wild.
It'll tell me to go to bed, yeah.
But I didn't. So I woke up the next day and I was just like, oh no, what did I say? Because I was like, wait, she's not here. What the fuck did I do? Fear of God. Unbelievable bad. Texted her, no reply. Texted her again about 3 hours later, no reply for 2 days because she had lost her phone or something. And she goes, I bought a book. How to stop drinking.
She said that?
No, I did.
Oh.
In the meantime, between the two, oh my God.
Because between her two
Your
things.
mind just goes, is it?
Yeah.
Just goes off.
Staring. You can imagine just staring at the
I need to buy a book about that.
So I bought a book. It was like, there's that book, How to Stop Smoking.
Oh, yeah.
There's an equivalent one. I saw a comedian post it before.
Stop drinking.
Stop drinking. I still haven't read it.
Yeah, good luck to that being read. This doesn't make sense at all.
I started reading it, alright, and it said, by the time you finish this book, you'll never want to drink again.
So you stop reading it.
Slowly closed. I don't think I want that in my life.
No, for sure. I just love one night a week, and just go hard for that one night, and you're grand.
Yeah.
Keeps you on your toes.
You should write a book, Mark. Not how to stop drinking, but like how to drink efficiently or something.
Yeah,
Or how to manage your drinking problem.
Malibu's Glushin.
And keep drinking. And keep drinking.
I don't like the way you said drinking problem in that though. I've never met like an Irish alcoholic.
I know, there's no such thing. There is no such thing.
The funny thing is, I tried to open that book again. I was like, no reply the next day again. This was a Tuesday, and I was like, all right, let's give it a read. And she replied, she's like, I'm sorry, you were grand. I just didn't have my phone. Let's hang again. I was like,
You're like, grand, I don't need to read it now.
Burn the book.
It was all in my head. I blamed the church.
Yeah.
Do you get bad Catholic guilt?
Oh, Not really, actually. And I went to like a Jesuit secondary school.
Oh, really? What's that?
It's like a Catholic run by priests.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Full on?
Boarding school.
Really?
Yeah.
Was there a rugby school?
Rugby school, yeah. Clongoweswood College it was called.
Oh, I love Clongowes. Yeah. Jeez, I thought that would make it worse. Or maybe you were so close to it. You're like,
Yeah, it's just with me all the time. I have a friend. It's so funny. I have a friend who out here actually who has when he has a big night and gets to fear the next day, like yourself. He has this local prayer station he goes down to.
Really?
And I'd be texting him. I was like, "How was your night last night?" And he was like, "I don't want to talk about it. I'm at the prayer station right now." But once he goes to the prayer station,
bad.
he's grand.
Really?
He's like, all right, I had a great night. I'm ready to go again.
Jesus. That could be a trick.
It's like, God, that could be the solution. We need to find
yeah.
ourselves a prayer station.
That's it.
You
Jeez,
just set up a
couple
few
of
prayer
prayers.
stations.
Oh, yeah. Or therapy.
yeah.
That's it, too. I've never...
Irish don't have therapy.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
Prayer stations is the way to go forward, I'm telling you.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Therapy, I think, is too much like confession.
Which prayer stations?
No, therapy.
Oh, yeah. Sure,
It's
I
like-
would just lie the whole time if I was in therapy.
Yeah.
I would just lie. It would be the best fun, just lying for an hour every week.
I remember in primary school, do you know when... I forget when the local priest used to come in, you have to go say your confessions. And they'd be like coming on such regular basis that like you had nothing to confess.
You had to make them up. I
and
forgot
you had
to
to
feed the
make
dog.
them. You had to make them up on the spot. And
Yeah.
you'd be like,
Next week, you're like, I have to confess. Last week I was bullshitting. I lied to a priest last week,
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we learned how to lie in confession.
and we were told,
So that's probably why you want to lie to a therapist if you went to it.
we'd be forgiven for it,
Yeah.
no
yeah,
matter
true,
what.
yeah.
Just ask for forgiveness in
Yeah,
Catholicism, and you got it.
I used to have like these. What did I say? I kicked my brother in the stomach. I said, my mom told me to clean the house, and I said no.
Yeah, I didn't feed the dog when I told
Same
him. Oh, stupid
I said the
shit.
priest would clean the dog or feed the dog.
Yeah.
The priest was just like, huh?
Oh
I
god.
remember one time there was like a new church built by me, and the confession room was kind of big. It wasn't like those little boxes, and there was an option: you could kneel, or you could sit in a seat.
Yeah.
And the priest was kneeling down, and you could see it all. It was like an open forum. I don't know what it was. It was weird. He goes, "Come on away over here and kneel down with me."
Oh god.
And I was just like, "Nah, I'm gonna sit here." So I did confession sitting from the corner, over the other side.
Kneeling down.
And he's just looking at me, being like, "You're not gonna kneel, are you?" And I was like, "No, I like it over here."
When you were in mass, did you ever know when the right time to kneel and stand and sit was, or did you just follow everyone else?
Follow that.
I just followed the crowd.
Yeah.
Look around. We standing? We sitting? We
Yeah,
kneeling?
no. I remember going. Did you ever go to church here? I used to go to like the main ones before.
Oh, you
like
did?
Christmas. Yeah, just the guilt.
Just
So
to
if my mom asked me, I'd be like, "Yeah, I went to mass Easter." But I remember like a Christmas one. I was at it, and like you know the way they're more like I don't know what the hell they are here. They're like singing and laughing and looking at each other. It's like celebration here.
Gospel churches.
Yeah, but it wasn't a gospel. It was just like Jesus loves you. Whereas at home, it's like Jesus
Americans.
is gonna kill you
Yeah.
if you're not good.
I'll go with you on April 4th then.
But then, right, they go on. They were doing like Our Father, and I saw people who were like, just everyone was kind of holding hands up in the air.
Yeah.
Like, and
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, so, but I was hungover and trying to get into it. Be like,
You were
sorry,
sweating.
Jesus, sweating. This old fella next to me in a toupee, like, takes my hand as I'm singing Our Father. I was just like, all right. So my hands were in the air singing Our Father. And then I realized everyone else doing it is a family. They're not holding strangers' hands. There's a lot of people not holding hands at all. So now it's me and this old fella are just holding hands, and I was like, Jesus, he goes, you have a nice hand. And I was like, oh,
Liar.
no. And I was leaving, and he goes, have you ever thought about being a model? And I was like, can you leave me alone? And he starts going, yeah, you know, I used to be a model, casting person. He starts dropping names. He goes, Jerry Seinfeld, and pretending all these people. He goes, we used to have some great parties in the hills. And I was like, oh yeah. He goes, yeah, Jesus, you don't know what they would be doing there. There'd be guys on girls.
Still in church.
Still in church. He goes, guys on girls, guys on guys, guys on guys. If you like guys on guys. And I was just like, you gotta go away. So I got away from him when they were doing communion, and I bumped into him at Trader Joe's one day. And he came up to me like he's an old fella with a bad wig, and he came up and he was like, "Hey, remember me? You never called me about modeling." And then I was like, I think I was buying tea bags or something in my basket. He goes, "Oh, you like tea bags, do you?"
No way.
Not even tea.
He goes, "You like tea bagging?" I was like, "I gotta stop." What was his name again? He was a creepy old man. I was like going to church here anyway.
Did you get his name?
Pardon?
Did you get his name and his number and all that?
He gave to me. He caught me outside, and I was waiting for like an Uber home.
You took his number.
He was like, "Here, take my number." And the way he'd be so polite. He'd be like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
I know, yeah. We're in church now. I have to give it to you. But like, there's so many different churches here, like Christian churches here. I've a lot of friends that are in them, and like, it's crazy. Like, they have VIP sections in the churches, and the more the family donates, like or whatever it is, they like higher up to the front of the church they go, and it's just like. What is going on here?
Yeah, it's a scam.
It's like, I just want to say my confessions.
You're just shout no confessions from the back.
Yeah.
I knew a guy that I think he used to pretend to be Jewish, Irish fella. Would just be going to mass everywhere. Be like he thought he could network his way to the top.
He'd go to synagogues.
He'd go everywhere. He'd just be going from church to church, being like, it's great, Mark Wahlberg goes to this church, or whoever goes to that.
Jesus.
Like, he could just be better.
Oh, it's a huge social scene too,
Oh yeah.
But I suppose if it was a social scene back when we were kids, when you're,
yeah, true.
going to see the girl you fancy who's sitting down.
Going to mass to pull.
Yeah. When you're 12 years of age.
Getting fingered. Sorry, Jesus.
Yeah. Thank you, Jesus.
Priest, do you remember like on Christmas Eve was a big thing too, where you go to midnight mass?
Yeah, we used to go to Mount Mellery. Let's go up the mountain.
Really?
Yeah, and you come out, it'd be snowing, it'd be a fucking treacherous. It's like
like
an edge of a road coming down the mountain, and it's snowing and it's dark. You go, you hold a candle, there's monks and everything. It was kind of cool, yeah, to be chanting and shit.
No way.
Yeah.
We go to the same pub at home in Mullingar every Christmas Eve, and you go there about 5 p.m. So you're there with your whole family, and they'll be getting absolutely hammered as well. So once like midnight mass, or it's like I think it was like 7 o'clock mass we had in town, and it'd be like you have to make the drunken conscious decision. Okay, are we going to make it tonight, or are we going to do the hungover one tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
And when we did make it, it's hilarious because once one family does it in the pub, everyone else feels guilty. Oh, we'll come.
Really?
So you have an army of 20 drunk people
half tanked up.
going into mass.
Heckling Jesus from the back.
Christmas in Ireland is fucking some crack.
Oh yeah.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
No, it's unbelievable.
Just
It's
the drinking
strange,
that goes on.
especially here where it's just hot and people don't care. They care until the day.
Yeah.
And then like Christmas Day they're taking down a Christmas tree. You're like, no,
Fuck that.
you gotta stop.
It's just always dark and cold, and everyone goes to the pub. It's just constant
It's
days of it.
I do remember as well that midnight mass. People used to, they put on their new Christmas clothes. Everyone would be in there
12 hours early.
being like, I remember I got a sweater one time. I think it was a turtleneck actually. I went through a turtleneck.
Oh,
Jesus
you're one of those
I can imagine it now.
with the blazer.
Yeah. I remember my mom being like, you're never going to wear this red blazer. And I was like, I will.
Midnight mass.
And then I was standing there and being like, I'm some prick. But I was taking off the tag. I ripped a big hole. You're pulling the tag off. I was just that mass being like, I ruined my jumper already. I remember being hammered. Oh, one midnight. Oh, jeez, this is brutal, right? One midnight. they closed. The pubs kind of closed early, I think.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah.
So my buddy was working at a bar, and he goes, we got there like at 8. He's like, why are you here so late? We were like, what you mean? He goes, we're closing in a few hours. We were like, oh no. He goes, I'll get you drunk if you sit at the bar and you have to drink whatever I give you. So about like an hour later, me and my buddy Colin were hammered. Like Belubas. He had 2 old women chatting him up. And he went missing at one point, and I was to the bouncer. I was like, "Where's Colin?" He's like, "They kicked him out." It's like, "Why?" He was like, "He was fighting himself."
He was fighting himself.
Friends like
He was
that.
in the corner, just like berating himself, and like punching his head.
What
You
was
see
he
that in
drinking?
the streets here, you know?
So then, all right, I was like, "Oh no!" I did the same thing like you were saying. I was like, "I need to go to mass now because I'm gonna be too goose in the morning." And I was like, "I gotta go." I started running home, and I was running. It was cold. It was raining. My hands were in my pockets, and I was like running around the corner, and like there was some metal thing on the ground, like a manhole or something. My feet just went from under me because it was all slippery. Head first into the ground. Banjaxed.
Lengthy as well. That was a long way down.
I guess I didn't have my hands were in my pockets, so there was nothing to break my fall. So I just ran face first into the ground, kept running, slipped again into a bush, kept going. I was like trying to make it to mass, and I was just like, I passed by my house, and I was like, I'll never make mass. Hammered, and then I was like, I just forgot how to get into my house. I didn't know what to do, so I was like trying to throw stones at my brother's window to wake him up to let me in because I had no keys and they weren't working, so I just started taking off my clothes, throwing them at my window. And then someone phoned my dad being like, we think there's someone breaking into your house. There's a guy throwing stuff at your windows, and people were coming back for midnight mass, and I was just laying on my wall singing Happy Christmas. But then I woke up the next day, like the fear of God. Next day, I woke up. I didn't even know it was Christmas, and I looked in the mirror, and my face was all cut. My teeth were loose. The 2 front
For
teeth.
fuck's sake.
So
You're fighting yourself.
Fell face first on the fucking screen.
So then I went down, and it was like Christmas dinner, and my parents were like, "Oh, come on in, Mark. You know you're fine." And my brother and sister were just laughing. And I was just sitting there and I couldn't eat. It was the most awkward dinner ever. And afterwards, it's teeth loose. I was like, God, don't fall out on the table. And then my parents were like, can we have a word in the sitting room? Which is the worst. Close the door.
Yeah.
And they were like, what drugs are you on? I was like, I'm not on any drugs. They're like, how are you that bad? And I was like, I always used to lie. They're like, did you drink much? I was like, I had 2 or 3 pints, but Derek bought me a shot, and they tipped me over, and they were like, just don't drink shots anymore.
Yeah.
That was brutal. The sweat, the fear. I'm sweating now talking about it.
I don't think I've done in recent years anyway. Christmas Day, not hungover.
Did you go home last year or were you here?
No. I stayed in the US.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Or I was actually up in Canada for Christmas Day, and for Christmas with my girlfriend up there.
What part of Canada did you go to?
Vancouver.
Nice.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Does it help actually? He lives with a fellow Irishman. Does it help with the hangover? Having that Irish shame with you?
It does, yeah. No, it's like it's the same. It's the same. At least he's a bit more energetic than me in the day after.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it depends how hard we go. If it's a big night, there's not much you can do. There's no recovering.
The language thing is handy though, because you don't want to say much when you're hungover. You could just say one word to another Irish person, just be like, bollocks.
Yeah.
They'll know. Do you know what I mean? They'll know.
I was like, yeah,
Not
it's
well.
literally just broke up.
Broke up. Yeah.
Broke up.
They'll know.
That's all.
That's a good. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
It's all encompassing.
And then you'd put on the TV, we'd watch the football or something, and then a few hours later it'd be like, all right, should we go for a pint?
That's also another.
I had a buddy on last week, Craig, very American. He's just like, you have a problem.
Oh God.
Yeah. Whereas I've never, I literally can't remember any time anyone in Ireland be like, oh, he's got a drinking problem. It'd be like, he's a good laugh. He's out the whole time.
It's like,
The worst you get is a bit of a mess.
Oh, yeah, he's a sloppy drunk.
That's the worst.
That is all right.
yeah, it's like it's. You know, it's because we're used to this back at home. It's like it's just completely different here, and because I get the same comments sometimes as well. You know, it's like you have a big Friday night, and it'd be like you do one Friday a week. Literally, you'd just be doing one night a week, and it'd be a Friday night.
Yeah.
Hangover on Saturday, and you're doing your things on Sunday, and then still, wow, Jesus. I was like, are you serious? This could be a lot worse.
Do you remember college? Did you like? I lived in Cork, and I lived in Clonmel, but I went to college in Cork, and you drink Monday, Tuesday, Thursday in college, and then you go home Friday, Saturday, and then you're you know what I mean. You have 5 days a week you're drinking between the ages of 18 and 20.
It's good training.
It's mad.
Yeah.
The result of free college in Ireland.
Yeah,
That's
True.
How do we spend this extra money?
economy.
Those drink deals. Do you do drink deals in 40 Love?
40 Love. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do like wine Wednesdays where it's half bottles of wine.
Oh, yeah.
And then we do like Tuesdays we have like a promoted night where we do like dollar wings and deals with shots and stuff like that. Yeah.
And you got, it must be, do you, like, at home, do you get people just in awe of the people that will be in your bar?
Yeah, like it's still even crazy for me, you know. It's like it just went from like I just wanted to start a fucking pub. I mean,
The Irishman's dream.
How did it come around?
So I came out here for another job in 2016, and I always wanted to open a pub back at home in Ireland, in Dublin. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do the year here and come back home. And then I just fell in love with the place, and I met the H-Wood group and the owner there, and I came very close with them. And they kind of took me under their wing and taught me everything on how to kind of make this into reality.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how it all came about. And then I was like, I'm not going home. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not. So I stuck out. So we're opening up a few more now in different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're going to open up another one in Scottsdale, Arizona now. And potentially one in Miami and Vegas.
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
I don't know how I'll pull it off.
Well, it's an unreal name, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Because we want, you know, the way you have what we wanted to do is like, okay, it's great to have a bar called O'Connell's and like an Irish pub like that, or it's gonna be like I wanted a kind of a higher class sports bar rather than just a spot that people are gonna go in and just watch sport and then fuck off.
Yeah.
I wanted people in there all the time. So that's kind of made it that way.
Oh, yeah, because sports bars are very just like in for
Sports,
the game.
in for the game and you leave.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, and another big difference between Ireland and America and Europe, or, well, UK as well.
The whole day.
It's from morning, you get your seat in Ireland.
You get your seat.
And you're there until you fall out the door. Here it's like, okay, I'm in there 2 minutes before the game.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm leaving as final, and I'm like, and it clears out.
Really?
It's like,
quickly?
So that was like my, like, that's why I'm glad I did my business model this way, where it's like, it's approachable for everybody.
Yeah.
Where they literally leave at final whistle of the games.
That's unreal.
Unless it's a bigger thing, like the Super Bowl or anything like that.
So there's no sticking around?
No sticking around.
Not even to celebrate if your team wins, they're gone.
They're gone. Yeah, they're gone. They're gone. Do you know what? Do you know what was the best kind of obviously not take out Super Bowl and the big basketball games, but the Champions League final. It started, I think, 11 a.m. last year. and all the Brits stayed there. It was great, and Irish as well.
Yeah. After it.
You were probably there yourself. So everyone stayed, and it was packed. It was great. It's just a different mentality in Europeans and Americans.
And then
That's great.
But like, how do you think it got such a good name with all the celebs?
Again, I wanted to make it. So basically, obviously friends with a lot of celebrities in the area, and I wanted to kind of, a big thing with them was I want to go to a pub and watch a game. They can't do that anywhere because if you go into like any of the other sports bars in town, it's like there's no privacy.
Yeah.
There's like we have the private room. We have we're very, kind of stricter on like photographs and all that kind of stuff, so that they felt a lot more comfortable in the environment where they can get drunk, have fun with their friends, and watch a game.
Yeah.
And
that must be unreal for them.
Yeah, they love it. So that's kind of how it all came about, and then it just kind of word spread and got from there.
He's got the Bieber what is it? Album party.
Oh yeah. Oh nice.
I remember we were doing a show in there. We were doing some comedy shows there. All the comedians love it.
I saw pictures of it actually. Yeah, it looks cool.
Oh yeah, it's cool. But I think like at one point the Kardashian sisters
came in,
the two younger ones, yeah. It is funny though, because like especially in Ireland, you'd be like, that's amazing,
crazy.
I feel like Irish people still leave them alone though. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like
true.
don't want to be like rude.
They're obviously everyone's staring at them.
Yeah.
But like it's grand. And the thing is that the more comfortable they feel going to a spot, the more they come back.
Yeah.
So that's kind of.
Well, you've blown it up now.
I was doing a show there, and there was an old folks home behind it. Is it?
Oh yeah.
And they started throwing down potatoes.
Yeah.
While I was on stage, and I was like, someone said it, and I was like, nah, that can't be true. And she was like, look. They were like heckling me to get off because they were like, you've been loud.
What a perfect heckle.
Yeah, potato.
Yeah, because obviously with coronavirus, you have to make a outdoor patio, and we built that. And little did I know that our back parking lot where the patio is literally in the backyard of an old folks home. Just my luck, of course.
That's unreal that there's an old folks home right there.
I know.
Who put that there?
It's a city owned actually. It's
owned
by
really?
the city. So because I've been trying to get in there and do Meals on Wheels to get them to shut up and leave us alone.
Do they still give you grief?
Yeah, they give us grief.
Really?
Yeah.
But they can't do anything, really.
Oh, they can. Yeah, like you just have to. It's just getting the good side of the neighbours is always the smart move. But thank God we're starting to open indoor dining now.
Is it? When's that open?
25% is open now.
No way.
Yeah.
Isn't like inside outside too, in that front part?
The front part, yeah, but it's just good. I'm just looking forward to where we can have the DJs in again.
Oh yeah,
and people up at the bar. Because it's a huge amount of revenues that where they're buying pints at the bar.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Can't do that anymore.
That's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Was that a huge hit? So.
That was a huge hit back in the day, you know.
You're like.
I was like, what?
Is my bar shutting down a big hit to me financially?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so it's
Is there any dates in the UK? They have like a date, don't they?
They're still in lockdown, I think, fully.
But don't they have like the 21st of May is like a day when you can?
They probably just give that for hope.
Yeah,
Fuck that! You can't keep doing that bullshit.
Yeah,
People
I know.
go mad.
Just string them along. Because remember when it started, it'd be like 2 weeks. I was like, there'd be a nice little break, like this time last year.
I fucking hated it.
And then it was a fucking year.
I knew that. Do you remember in PE? And I don't know what your fucking PE teachers were like, but my fella, fingers like this, right? And he used to say, he'd run to warm up 2 or 3 laps, and then when you're finished the 2 or 3 laps, he'd say run 2 more.
Oh yeah.
That used to fucking drive me bananas.
Go on, you can do 2
Just
more.
give me the number and I'll do it. When I'm finished doing 3, I'm mentally done. Don't tell me 2 more.
Yeah.
I prefer that. I prefer getting duped.
I hate getting duped. This is what's happening.
I think I prefer getting duped too.
Yeah.
Oh no, just give me the number, I'll do it.
I feel like Americans prefer getting duped as well, because like we do shows here and everything's included. So you buy a ticket and you get like free booze, free weed. Whereas if they were like, I don't, you're like, that's your whole night. You're not spending any more money than the ticket.
Yeah.
Whereas if they were like, we'll pay 20 in, and then they're like,
150 for all our drinks.
Yeah, it's going to cost you 150 more.
But what happens if you have an Irishman like us?
Oh yeah,
It happens regularly.
You
Sit down and you have your one cooler. That's not going to do it.
That's my problem. Between 2 people, that's my issue when I come. Less ice, more booze.
It'd be hilarious if you bought enough tickets for 6.
Just took everyone's cooler from them.
Yeah.
The plan is to get, because they get high too.
Yeah.
So
Fun
then
show.
they're like,
It's a good show. Have you been to one yet? No.
No, I still have to make it out.
You should come.
We're doing. Yeah, well, I'll definitely make it out.
What are you doing tonight? Like at the bar?
Just be at the bar, yeah.
Big on boozing?
Probably go booze.
That's the
I
problem.
told myself I wouldn't, but because of Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Last Wednesday or next Wednesday?
No. And then, but it's just that once Friday hits, it's just something in the air.
It's an atmosphere. I was just going to say it. When he smiled there, the atmosphere was like, he was like,
Even this morning driving here, I was like,
What is that? That's
it's a
weird.
fire that starts. It's like, you know when a fire starts and there's flames. Or That's what it is. That's what it is.
do you know what it is? I think for me anyway, because when I was back in Ireland and I was working like 9 to 5s, and you just live
for the weekend.
for that weekend.
Yeah.
And
no.
once,
in us.
and it's still there, you know.
It's weird. Yeah. It's just what's it called? Just the habit of it. But it does. The flames come into
I
you.
know.
If the right person texts me on a Friday,
It's fine.
like if from now on, if you send me any selfie, I'll be like, I'm going out.
I know what's happening.
We're going boozing.
Yeah, it's so to answer your question, yes, I'll be busy.
I remember one time too. Oh yeah, I was at your place one time, and he lives up the top of the hill. I called a cab. I don't know why it just popped in my head. I called an Uber, and someone randomly, not even from your place, someone randomly took the Uber. All right, and it went down the hill to my place. I saw it on the map, and then they did a U-turn, and they went deep into the valley. All right, and it cost me like 250 something.
Oh my god!
And I told Uber, and they were like, "Yeah, that looks right." If you'd seen the map of like where the person went, it was just ludicrous. Someone obviously went like to my place and was like, "No, this is not where to go," and they went all the way into the valley. And Uber were like, "Yeah, we're not doing this," and I'm banned from Uber because I didn't pay it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, how can you not pay it?
I told my bank, I was like, "I didn't do that." And they were like,
right.
"We'll take care of it."
Nice.
I would do that after a bad night out sometimes.
Class. I've never had the balls to do that. But I thought about it one time.
So if I have a bad night out, I'll be like, I deserved better.
Yeah.
Phone up the bank. Someone stole my card.
Yeah.
They're like, this
It's all fraud.
Do you think
all fraud?
do you think one person could drink all of this? Me neither.
I was like, no.
Even the chipper at the end of the night.
They're like, who bought these shoes? Not me.
Yeah.
I just deserve more.
Yeah.
I miss walking home. Remember, like walking home in Ireland. If, like, you know the way in Cork, getting a cab would be tough, and you just be like,
Comes a point when you're like,
it's like I'll walk home.
I'm walking.
50 minutes in the rain, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
you get a rhythm going.
I used to go to this town in Cork years ago called Skibbereen and Baltimore.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Some crack.
yeah. People just like flock to these places.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good, tiny little places.
Yeah, somewhere in Ireland is going to crack down those little towns and out west coast as well.
It's crazy. You'd be out there in a shirt, it's pissing rain.
Oh, when the sun comes out in Ireland, like 10 degrees even, the shirts are off.
2 liters of cider.
Yeah.
Because even I have a buddy in New York, and he's the same mentality. He's like, I might lose the jacket. So you don't want to go. You don't want to get sweaty. The courtroom.
Yeah.
And you just be freezing walking home. It's good though.
That could be a little self-torture thing. I used to be freezing walking home.
Yeah.
And you're like, I deserve this for all the drink I drink.
Chips and curry. Yeah, it's a different. When was the last time you were back?
I think it was May before the coronavirus.
Oh really? Was it good?
It's good crack. Yeah, it was to renew my visa. That was what was.
Oh
for.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was the last time I was back.
Well, what's it like when you go back to Mullingar? Would you know people there still?
Yeah. No, I know so many people there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't spend much time there now. I like obviously with the family and stuff, but most of my friends all live up in Dublin
Oh yeah.
from school and stuff. So I spend a lot of time up there with them.
I never like going out in Dublin.
Yeah.
I had a vendetta against some unspoken vendetta against Dublin as well. Yeah. A lot of my friends live up there and work up there.
Yeah.
I could never pull in Dublin. I swear to God, the only city in the world.
Pulling in Ireland is terrible anyway.
But there was something. I remember going to like places. What was that? What was the one place in Dublin that was like the
Coppers?
hip? No, it was next to Coppers, I think.
Crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going in there. I can't remember who I was with, and we were in there. And this tasty girl came up. She's like, "Where are you from?" I was like, "Cork." She's like, "No, you're not." She's like, "You're American." I was like, "I'm not. I'm from Cork." She's like, "You're not a farmer, are you?" And I was just like, "What?" She's like, "You don't
Or a
look-"
bogger, as they call them.
Bog- Culture.
So, like American people listening, if you're not from Dublin, in Ireland, you're basically a farmer.
Yeah, no, that's I know all about that.
In the eyes of Dubliners.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I was like, "You dirty fucks." I hated it there. I couldn't. Would you live there?
I love Dublin. I don't think I could live there. No.
Could you move back to Ireland?
No.
To live? No.
No.
How come?
There's nothing like that. There's nothing there for me. I'd love to spend more time there for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely like a few months at a time or something and come back and forth, but there's just nothing there for me. Like I have my friends and my family, which is obviously amazing to see,
Yeah.
but you know, at Christmas time, I went home. Last Christmas, not Christmas, 2 years ago, I went home, and I go a week before Christmas, and then deadly you'd be in the pub with all the boys, and then once they all go back to work, you're like, what am I doing now? So I was there for 2 weeks afterwards doing absolutely nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's long.
I know, 2 weeks. I was there for
Yeah.
3 weeks in total, and that was way too long. So I just the Christmas after that, I spent just a week, and it was perfect.
Oh yeah. Jeez,
So
yeah.
that was kind of the eye opener. Unless I got eventually I'd love to open up a spot back in Ireland, back at home, open up another bar, and see how that goes. But I don't think
Imagine that
don't
was
think
your
I could-
biggest hit. You're just in
Probably
there.
easily could be. You never know.
I know. It's just you open any bar in Ireland, it's like cha-ching.
Yeah, no, for sure, and it's just volumes. Like here, you rely a lot on people buying bottles and stuff.
Oh
like,
yeah.
like bottles of wine, bottles of vodka, whatever it will be. But in Ireland, they don't have to worry. It's just pure volume, just pints and pints.
Do you do Guinness at your place?
We do cans of Guinness.
Oh yeah.
The reason why is because I'd be too ashamed
Really? Yeah.
of draft.
How was it so tough to get it right here?
Because the reason is because when Guinness sits in the barrel too long, it goes worse and worse. Where in Ireland there's just such a high turnover of Guinness, so they're constantly changing the
You
keg.
should never drink Guinness in a pub where at least 5 people aren't already drinking Guinness.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
cans
didn't-
stay better.
Oh yeah, I actually like the cans.
I
here.
like the cans too, to be honest.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to do. People think, oh, it's brewed in Florida, or it's like,
Oh, that's it.
yeah.
It just
It's
gets
nothing to do with that. It's all the same. It's how long the Guinness stays in the keg.
Like the pipes are shorter in Guinness kegs as well. Like
Yeah.
I worked in pubs where all the beer kegs are out the back, but the Guinness one has to sit under the tap because the line has to be short.
Oh really?
So it's not sitting in the line. Yeah, it's mad.
That makes
art.
sense now. Yeah, because it'd be like if you open a can. Would you like the first?
And then you pour it through, you pour it through a pipe.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Short
the next
pipe.
person gets some of the stuff that's still in the pipe.
Yeah.
Geez, I always thought there was a. Yeah, that makes
Plus,
sense.
no one drinks it here.
Yeah.
No one drinks it. Like, you have some odd person that's like big into their craft beer.
Oh, I hate those
and then,
people.
Yeah, you know those people?
Yeah.
It's like,
They're brutal to
yeah,
boozers.
yeah.
It's not a personality.
Oh, yeah. I hate it.
Quirk.
So
You know, it's crazy here too. I remember like a couple of people before, they're like, oh yeah, come on, let's go for a drink. And you know the way when I first came here, I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
So I'd be
same.
going out for booze all the time. I'd be like,
Networking.
oh yeah, if anyone wants to go.
Yeah.
And then they'd have one. And they'd be like, all right, I'm off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what you mean you're off? Delete my number from your phone. I did not come out for one drink.
Yeah.
He's like, I text you saying let's go for a drink.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Unless you've got one drink left.
I remember too, there was a guy. Geez, the amount of dudes that have told me. This guy I think I met him at some acting class. I was just doing stuff when I first came here because I didn't know what to do. I was at an acting class and the guy was like, hey, I think he was Swiss. He was like, you like soccer? He tricked me to go for a booze. And then he was just like, he goes, yeah, me and a couple of other people are going for drinks after thing. I was like, all right, I'll go. Just me and him. And then I realized, he's cracking on to me. Do you know, I didn't. He didn't seem. Yeah, I was like, he didn't seem gay. So, and I was like, no. I was like, yeah. I didn't realize this. Is,
I have a friend or a group of friends that refer to pints. When they say pint, they mean a pint. Do you know the pints of ice cream you get? And I remember they were talking to me one time about, they were talking about pints, but they were referring to ice cream this whole time. Like, what?
Jesus.
I had a full pint last
Yeah.
night.
I was bowled.
I'm broke up. So wait here. So you came here solo at the start?
Solo to start. I lived in Pasadena.
Oh no way! How come? Just random?
It was one of those things where I was like, nice places in LA on Google Maps when I was moving over. And Pasadena was one of the first
It's a nice spot, just away.
Yeah. I loved it.
It's nice.
I lived right on the street where, like Colorado Street, where there was all the bars and I could walk to everything, and it was good crack at night. And I did the same thing as you. I'd go to, there's a Barney's Beanery out there too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'd go to Barney's Beanery solo, sit at the bar and make friends. And then my roommate moved out like a year later, and then I left that behind.
That must be handy, all right. Having a buddy move out. Did you move solo?
When I came over here first,
Yeah.
no, I was married when I moved. I was in the States I was in New York for a little while.
All right.
And I was in Spain for a year, and then I got married and moved to LA in 2015.
Sounds like a sketchy story.
I traveled Europe as well for a
I
few
was
months.
you know when someone goes to Spain in the middle of a story?
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good year. I taught English.
We all have those friends that go to Spain for a while.
I wasn't on a run right
I had to keep the head down.
Yeah.
Just staying low for a little while, and then moved out here. Now I'm solo.
Solo now.
Yeah, but I've been here since I've been in LA since the pandemic hasn't been here. If that makes sense. Like I left before the pandemic started and came back in the middle of it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm yet to go and find a bar on my own and make 10 friends.
Yeah. It's kind of fun, but
it is some laugh. Yeah.
I remember like I would go to places like clubs and stuff. Just Google places, and I'd walk up to the door and be like, yeah, my buddies are inside. And there was always one bouncer. He's like, are you Irish? And I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, me too. Big, thick American accent.
Yeah.
He's like, go on away in there. And I would just be in there. It was so awkward because you'd be like, I want to chat up women. But if you're also on your own. So I realized it was way less creepy. Instead of me going like, oh, how's it going? Be like, yeah, who are you here with? Just on my own. Like a psycho. I'd be like, my friends. And one time I was at a bar. I was chatting up to these girls and they were like, who are you here with? And I was like, my buddy's over there. And I pointed to a table.
Never. Oh my god.
And I goes like this to him. And two guys go. And they're like, the girls are like, oh, he's not solo, he's normal. I remember being at a bar one time, or who was I with? I got into the VIP section. There was me and Chris Evans, that Captain America.
Yeah.
And we were just chatting to two women, and he was like, oh, who wants a round? And he ordered some like champagne. I don't know what he ordered. And then we were drinking, and he goes to me, he's like, yeah, you should get a drink or something. I was like, oh yeah, who wants a round? I went up, and it was so expensive, I just went home.
It's a good move.
It's like, I don't have the money for that. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Never.
Never return. Do you ever get people bunking a check at your bar?
Yeah.
Really?
All the time.
Really?
Oh yeah. All the time. And I have a close. I was away at the time, but I had a close friend that was visiting LA, and I lived with him in university, from Ireland, and he brought all his buddies to 40 Love, and I was like, okay, I'll look after them for like a few pints and a meal or whatever, like. And then my manager calls me. I was in Europe, I think, and manager calls me, and she goes, "Yeah, your buddies just ran off on a $2,000 check." I'm like, okay, it's like, so I called him. He's like, no, absolutely. He was absolutely hammered. No, that's all sorted. Don't you worry. It's just like
unreal.
It's grand. Don't worry your soul about it. I'm like, it's $2,000, and it's like, sure. Look, it's like
We can't collect that though. You can't collect that, can you?
You can.
I can't. Can I?
Why? Look, his ears pricked up.
No, I don't think I can.
I think you can, yeah.
I'm a green card holder. I'm not like a resident. I'm a
That's
resident.
fine.
I'm not a citizen.
Yeah, it's grand.
It's grand. It's
Really?
the same thing.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I've missed out on so much money.
Oh yeah, I think you can get back pay.
Well, fuck it. I'm gonna be in so much money. We go to 40 Love tonight, will we?
Yeah.
Let me talk to these fellas.
I can't wait to go 40 Love tonight, and he's like, lads, your bill, and you'll be like,
Taxman's got it.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure, it was our pleasure coming in. I think, we got Craig Robinson on tonight. He wants us to go to 40 the other night, but he disappeared.
He disappeared.
Yeah.
We'll get that going again next week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, lads.
All right.
How long did we do?
Hour 3.
Oh, nice.
Easy.
We did it.
That was great.
Good
Loved it.
work. Cheers for coming. If you're in
Thanks for having us.
LA, make sure to hit up Molly for free drinks.
$2,000 limit though. Don't go over $2,000.
Or Mark for a free comedy show.
40 Love. All right. Thanks, lads.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Whoa!